this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Danville. And today is my last day in beautiful Danville. Tomorrow I go on to beautiful Chicago and then on to beautiful Florida. But today is the final day of our vlog week, and today our question comes to us from Draconum Blade. And Draconum Blade has this question. Draconum Blade tells us that when he astral projects, he sees everything in anime, and any person or spirit that he interacts with appears as an anime character. And a friend of his has suggested to him that this is because his brain is interpreting his experiences in this way, and he would like my take on it. And my answer to this is, firstly, yes, I would completely agree with that, and secondly, I would say that this is what happens for all of us when we interact with the spiritual world, with the astral world. We can only interpret what our conscious mind can interpret. And therefore, sometimes things become symbolic in how we experience them. And it is not usually the case that you experience everything in such highly symbolic terms, but certain individuals will, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is very important, in my opinion, when following any spiritual path for this reason, to have as few preconceptions as possible, because not only will our mind interpret the things that we perceive in the astral in terms of things that we understand in this world, it will also force them into that mold if your preconceptions are too strong. And this is why we say that the messenger always warps the message. Sometimes the messenger may not warp the message too much, but other times the messenger can warp it a great deal, and you must always be aware of that. So by having as few preconceptions as possible and by not bringing judgment to the experience, you can get a much clearer experience than you might otherwise. But you must always be aware that both in terms of astral projection and also in terms of spirit messaging and clairvoyance in general, it has to come through your conscious mind for you to have an awareness of it in your conscious mind, and it can only use what's already there to explain what's happening. So if you have a very wide field of reference and no preconceptions or judgment, you can get a much clearer message or a much clearer experience. And on the other hand, if you have a very narrow field of reference and very strong preconceptions, well, your experiences are probably going to tend to confirm these because whether you know it or not, you're forcing it into them. So those would be my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them helpful. And of course, again, this is our last vlog of the week. And therefore, it's time to consider what was the viewer's favorite question of this week. And this week, our questions were Astral Infidelity from Reverend Vivian, Guide or Guidance from Apu-Adman Agama, Astral Soul Monad from Magenta, and of course today, Anime Astral from Draconum Blade. And please let me know which was your favorite. You can vote in the comment section at Magic TV, on the Facebook pages where the vlog appears, or send it to me personally, Reverend Don Lewis at donlewishp@aol.com. And I hope you've had a lovely week, and until next time, may you blessed be. Pray for peace. Pray for love. Pray for stability. Pray for the nation where you live. Pray for the world. Reverend Don, super omnibus of incantations and invocations for all occasions. Marianne Kay and I created this massive compendium of magic and artwork for you to use in any way that you would like. There are literally hundreds of spells and hundreds of illustrations, which can be mixed and matched and used in many different ways. Check it out now at witchghoulstore.com.